Welcome back. It's time to buckle up for a summer blockbuster that's shifting into high gear. I'm talking about F1, the movie. Some of Hollywood's biggest stars teamed up with a real-life racing legend to prepare for the role of a lifetime. The movie's about a veteran Formula One driver who comes back to the track to help a struggling team. Well, I got to speak with the team behind the film, including Brad Pitt, for an inside look at the wild ride that went into bringing this movie off the track and onto the big screen.
It's the ultimate thrill ride. F1 the movie puts the audience in the driver's seat like never before. The story of a veteran race car driver back on the track was filmed at real Formula One races around the world.
Joe had called first with this audacious plan to put actors in the car, put the cars on the track, to embed ourselves into the F1 season, which is a religion amongst itself.
It was director Joseph Kosinski's idea, taking what he learned on Top Gun Maverick and applying it to race cars.
Action. We're going to capture the experience of what it feels like to be in one of these cars. We had to develop a brand new camera system for this film because the cameras we needed just didn't exist.
Son is here for the audition.
Actor Brad Pitt and co-star Damson Idris learned how to drive with the help of Formula One legend Lewis Hamilton, a producer on the film.
Did anyone get any notes from Lewis Hamilton that changed anything major for you?
Don't crash.
Yeah, Lewis would always tease me specifically and say I was driving too slow. So those were my notes. Go faster.
Both Pitt and Idris hitting speeds up to 180 miles per hour.
It's exhilarating, you know. We trained for about 4 months. So the repetition around each track, that's what made us and helped us to be prepared for these daunting moments of having 5 to 10 minutes to get a shot. By the end, we really did become a part of the world.
I just remember our first shot was taking the cars out at Silverstone, also hallowed ground, and in front of 100,000 fans or whatever it was on quali day, and we get that 10-minute slot, and we just want to bring the car home because we don't want to mess up the program, and we really needed to prove ourselves this first week to F1 and to the sport that we could integrate ourselves, not be in your way, and still get our shots, and fortunately for all of us, I think we were all pretty grateful that it all went like.
That was preparation.
I couldn't get enough time in the car. It was a happy place and any excuse to get back out there.
Did you ever lose yourself in racing versus acting? Like lap time more than a line?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We were shooting this tense scene, and Brad was going through this famous curve called Eau Rouge, which is known as one of the most dangerous curves in all of F1, and every time he'd go through it, he'd have a big smile on his face, which was not the scene that we were playing there. And so we had him go again, and the second time, big smile again. So at some point, I had to be like, Brad, please stop smiling.
It's such a rush.
Take through there.
It's such a high.
The physicality, not lost on producer Jerry Bruckheimer.
The amount of effort that Brad and Damson put in, it was so hard on their bodies. The G-force, they're taking 5 Gs in those turns, and they have to remember their lines, and they're in front of 140,000 people, and 100,000 people on television watching them, not even knowing they're in the cars.
Is there such thing as an insurance policy on Brad Pitt going 180 miles an hour?
We did have an insurance policy.
Did it ever get a little sketchy with them really driving?
I'd say for me it was Vegas.
Vegas was sketchy.
Vegas was...
Don't say that now.
It was sketchy.
It's a track that only exists for a few nights every year. It was freezing cold, which is not good for these cars. And it's one of the only tracks we shot on that has no margin for error. It has walls on both sides. And we had a 15-minute slot to shoot our driving sequence.
And no practice.
And no practice.
We never got to go on the track.
So they had trained on the simulator, but essentially that first time out on the track, they were shooting our sequence for the film. The tires had very little grip. And that was the time where I said to myself, am I pushing too hard here?
Is that your first time hearing that?
Yes. No, it was sketchy. It was cold. It was slippery. There's weird breaking points where you got to break into a corner. It was strange, but still exciting. Really exciting.
They're saying Sonny Hayes isn't a has-been. He's a never was.
Actress Carrie Condon could barely even watch her co-stars speed around the track.
I watched once. No, I didn't watch it. I just focused on my own stuff and left the race. So you like straight talk?
Her own stuff, playing the technical director of the team, a position only currently held by men in Formula One.
So hopefully that will inspire any women who are interested in physics or maths that they could go in that direction, because that's what you need to do, just study very hard and do engineering, and you could be on the pit wall.
I just need one of my cars across the finish line.
Javier Bardem plays the team's owner, who recruits Pitt's character. The two, not shy about their bromance.
I'm going to say it. We make a pretty hot couple.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I feel really lucky when Javier joined us, because his character, the Ruben character, really anchors the story, anchors the whole film.
It was an honor. It was a pleasure.
Well, you don't just walk off the street and pilot a rocket.
Yes, you can if you've done it before.
Javier, you drive too. 20 meters in a parking lot.
That's true, that's true. And it's by far the most dangerous moment in the whole shoot, right?
What makes this movie so immersive is the story, the redemption, second chance, the teamwork, all the things that we want in our lives. That's what makes this movie wonderful.
What did you learn about yourself at 180 miles per hour?
I'm fearless.
Who are you now?
I'm fearless. And I say it.
That sounded damn sexy.
Last question, who's faster?
We go back and forth on this one.
He is faster than me.
He's faster.
Come on.
No.
We're both really, really fast.
We're never going to get to the end of this question, ever, until you put us on the same track at the same time.
3 laps to lifetime.
Brad and Damson, we're ready to go. Same track, same time whenever you are. F1, the movie, opens in theaters on June 27th, and I highly recommend it.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.